Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to the video. Today we're going to talk about Power Rangers Lightning Collection Monsters Pumpkin Wrapper. Now, again, these monsters are actually really cool. I only have minor gripes with them. I'll talk about it. But I do want to talk about the fact that Pumpkin Wrapper was not tasteless because I love that episode. It was fun as hell. It was basically like if you let a DJ actually and finally do a rap album and it turned out poorly. And that's kind of what was so good about it because it wasn't tasteless. It was just a great example of you shouldn't let a pumpkin rap. At least not when that's not ready for his mixtape to be put out. But yeah, it was a fun episode. It wasn't crazy. I mean, throwing pumpkins on the Rangers' heads was a definite bonus because you don't see them get clowned like that very often. But yeah, it's one of those tropes where you've seen it a million times. A character rhymes, a character sings, or whatever it is, and this was no different. It's just one of those TV tropes that actually, in my experience, worked out pretty well. But anyway, let's talk about Pumpkin Wrapper. This guy is actually pretty cool, even with his big ass head. I actually love it. And even though it has a lot of weight to it, he holds up pretty well, as you can see here. In terms of size, he's actually closer to the Rangers than the other characters like King Sphinx, which hopefully they keep doing a lot of different and unique bodies. I'm really a fan of that. But yeah, let's get to it. In terms of our articulation, if I pop this big old head off, right, which definitely gives me some trouble. You gotta rotate and lift up as you do it. You'll see that there's a big old neck under there. His ball joint is actually gigantic under here. Like it really is. As you can see here, empty wise, there's nothing in there. And then even if you try to lift this up and there's a body underneath, you would have to do a lot of hacking and slashing to mod this body up to be something else. Honestly, if you are gonna make this into anything else, customs wise, I see like a Demo Goblin. I see like a much bigger, beefier Green Goblin. You can get all of that stuff kind of out of this if you want, because he's definitely got the looks for it. But as you can see here with his big old head, this is definitely, they gave it room for movement and range. And I like that they extended the joint really far up there. As you can see, I'm going to struggle to put this head back on because that ball joint is tight. But it does give it room for a lot of range. There we go. Got that bad boy back on. As you can see, I warped his body a little bit. But his articulation is superb. Like I said, it's closer to a human body. So you get to have a lot of fun here. And because there's nothing around the waist, there's nothing that's going to restrict you from actually getting really far forward, which I very much enjoy. Now, starting from the top, we actually can tuck our head in just a little bit. So you can technically look down. You can go upward a little bit. And you have a lot of expression to go left or right. My only major gripe in terms of the detail on the head is the fact that it's not painted black. But I'm guessing they're leaving that up to us. I really hope, you know, it's whatever, because I can't paint, so I'm going to just pay somebody else to do it. But for those of you that do paint, you obviously know this is what you'll do to be more accurate. But I do like the fact that they kind of left room for that. But also, they could have done it themselves. But it's up, I don't know. I don't know if it's up to them or up to us, but I personally think it's up to them. In terms of our arms, we can actually go outward. We can hit that T-pose. We have a bicep swivel, and we are double jointed. So we could do the, oh no. See, I actually did it with my hands, with the figure in my hand by accident. And this, as you can know, as you saw earlier, it's a little bit movable to give you room. We have that diaphragm torso, which means you can tilt left and right. You can go forwards and go backwards. That, along with the ab crunch, will actually give you a ton of room for doing crazy stuff. As far as our legs, we actually have a lot of room to move. As you can see here, I can lift the leg all the way up. I can go outward. I have thigh swivel. I'm double jointed. Not even the boot here is getting in the way, which is pretty cool. There's boot swivel, and you get that generous ankle pivot. My joints are super tight, so bear with me on that. So posing this guy up should not be an issue to get crazy cool poses. Like, let's say like this, right? You want to do him trying to jump attack at the Rangers. This shouldn't be a problem, as you can see here. Ichigo, I know you want attention, but not now, buddy. As you can see here, jumping out. And then even like posing up. The head is heavy, so please keep that in mind. That's something that you should definitely look out for. But posing this guy up shouldn't be too crazy for you because it shouldn't be difficult. Like, look, I can even do jumping, cool attacks. Like, this guy is a lot of fun. Different from King Sphinx in a lot of ways, and that, but also very similar and familiar. That kind of allows you to keep yourself having fun with these because they're different enough. These big feet also keep him very much balanced. Trust me. I know you think they're kind of big, but they keep this guy balanced for real. Now, we're going to talk about the accessories. Accessory-wise, I love what he comes with, and the fire department is out today. So first things first, let's talk about a few things. You will get 2 types of vines, right? You'll get your small vine for whipping and lashing, or capturing like a hand or something, so you can put like an arm through here. And this is for capturing a whole body. You'll get 2 hands that can actually carry it and hold it. How you want to put the vine in his hand, you can either go with the small vine here, or you can probably loop it through one of the loops or around this part. It's really going to be up to you. You can even put it in across like the hands here too. Same can be said for this one, depending on how you want to do it. You'll also get alternate hands. Your alternate hands are going to be in one open palm, choosing to do like holding something like the vine, like I said, and a closed fist. I don't know why they don't give you 2 closed fists, but it is what it is, right? Then you'll get what I call the pumpkin beam. This is for when you want to, use the pumpkin beam to add pumpkins on top of people's heads. Really, it's cool. This is going to wrap around the arm. I highly recommend you do it on the left side, but you can do it on either one. You can use this on the arm. It should wrap right through. If you have a little trouble, I just suggest you heat it up. It's getting a little cold out there. But the pumpkin beam should do. Looks really good as you do it like this. So let's pop this off. Let's stand you up real fast. And we're going to talk about the pumpkins that you can put on the Rangers' heads, which I'm glad they included that. That's like the signature move from his episode. So here we have my Red Ranger. And if you have anything with mostly Marvel Legends ball joints, you should be able to pop these in. So you'll actually get 3 of these. And you can just pop these right on any of the Lightning Collection heads. And it still gives you room to go up and down with them. You can still rotate them left and right. So if the Rangers can't see what's going on, now you know what's up. Just to show you that you can do it on either male or female, here is a Yellow Ranger as well. Oop, her ball joint. It's a little tricky. Come on, there we go. But yeah, you can put it on either one. So now only can you not see what's going on, you can probably be a slave to the rhythm. So now that we've done that, what I am going to do is I'm going to set up, we're going to get some size comparison going. So let's do that. All right, now onward to size comparison. First things first, let's get him up to King Sphinx, which is the only other major monster we have that isn't Goldar right now. And as you can see, technically in terms of where the chest meet, he's clearly smaller, but his head, so gigantic, it puts him at the same height as King Sphinx. So there we have it with that. Next up, we're going to compare it with some Power Rangers, both good, well, not the Power Rangers itself, Power Rangers franchise. So let's go with a Z Putty. This guy is absolutely smaller than these guys, but he does look pretty good next to all of them. Kind of just feels like the right aesthetic, obviously. Next up, we're going to do Lord Zed. And you know what? I should remove King Sphinx so I can put some other guys here. So let's do that. So here's Zed, which I have to spread his legs out because my GameStop version came with a broken leg. So when I get a chance, I definitely got to get a new one. Here we are with Rita Repulsa. I can't wait till we give us like Finster and the others. That's going to be fun. Like, I'm actually really excited. And Babu. I hope we really get them all so we can just round off our squad. I don't know why my Rita's not standing. She was just standing in my last video. So here we go. Here we got Rita. Next up here is Goldar. This is the second version, in case you are wondering, not the first. Now, as you can see across the board, Pumpkin Rapper is a big guy. His head is gigantic, but in terms of chest, you can already see he clearly still is taller than the others. So that's actually pretty good. I like that they actually keep the crazy scale like crazy big. I think this works. So that way, hopefully when I get some Megazords, I can do those in comparison. So let's get these guys out of here, and then let's compare some Power Rangers. So here we are with Red Ranger with a pumpkin head, just to show you what he looks like. Here is a Yellow Ranger. Let's get them all standing up. And then we're going to do a Green Ranger so you can see the normal head. And as you can see here, these guys look pretty good too. Obviously, they're smaller, but the monsters look intimidating. They look big. They look crazy. And I like where that's going. I like that. So, I mean, for those of you that are like scale sticklers and think the monsters have to be the same size, this may not be for you. But overall, I like them being bigger. I think it really works in the aesthetic, especially if you are following the comic book stuff. Then you already know what you're getting into. Like, it's gigantic and it's crazy and it's nice. Here we are with a G.I. Joe Storm Shadow. Here we are with a Mezco Me on a Gomez body. So Mezco kind of squares out at around the same size as these guys. Here we are with a Mythic Legions Vorgus. And even Mythic Legions, which is known to like be bigger, kind of looks around the same size as these guys, which is okay. So let's take these guys out. Let's go with the next round. Here we have a 1000 Toys Don Le Million, Don Perignon. Then we have an Articulated Icons Ninja. What's up with my stuff not standing today? Maybe it's a little too much humidity in the house. Here we have an SH Figure Arts Kamen Rider Kuga, the Amazing Mighty version. Now, as you can see, these guys are particularly much smaller, but that doesn't mean you can count them out. You can actually find a ton of different ways to make this work. Really depends on how you want to do an action scene. Standing up, obviously, may look a little crazy. So let's move you guys out. Next up, we have a Marvel Legends Moon Knight, which Moon Knight is the 6-inch scale for Power Rangers, so that works out. Not too big, not too small. And just in case you want to compare it to the Japanese stuff, here is a deck of yellow to show just how tiny they would look next to these guys. Also, just like I did with King Sphinx, here is Ultraman Ace, who fight giant kaiju, and how they would look if you were doing like the whole giant city monster thing, how Ultraman would stack up against these guys. So Ultraman would even look small with these guys, but I like those bigger than crazy odds. And just like King Sphinx, here is a Hulk, so you can see a larger Marvel Legend compared with these guys and see that the Hulk is still much bigger. Shout out to Alfonso Customs, who painted my Hulk for me. But all in all, just like King Sphinx, I'm happy with Pumpkin Wrapper. I'm happy with how it came out. I'm happy with all the crazy articulation and the nice bit of accessories. It really works for what we wanted to get. The only real drawback is technically that lack of paint. So if you like this and you like where it's going, support the line. If you don't, then don't support the line. Wait till later, or repaint it, or complain. Do whatever it is you're gonna do, but do it in the PC of your own home, not on the internet. Now, first and foremost, I hope you found it enjoyable. I hope you found it informative. But as always, please be good, do good, drink your water. Later.